Pre-game lounge 82 of 82. Woo! We made it. We made it.
We did it, baby.
Oh, man. What is going on, guys? Welcome in to the pre-game lounge. Let's go. I like it. I like the energy.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. It's a little crazy.
I like the energy, boys.
I'm bringing it.
We are presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Make sure to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code DNVR when you do. I'm Harrison Wynn hosting this pregame show tonight, joined by Brendan Vogt, who is dressed in a salmon shirt, even though salmon is illegal on this show.
That's right. I'm turning back an old leaf. Not turning a new leaf. I'm turning back an old leaf. I'm going to wear exclusively oversized quarter sleeve button downs.
Okay. I like it.
Just
We'll see what happens with that.
The Tim Duncan line.
Yeah. Also joined by D-Line here to my right.
That's right, guys. Brendan, the cruise liner wear that you've got going on.
Tommy Bahama.
It is so inspiring. I like that it's not only a weird color, but it's also wildly ill-fitting.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So big. It is Tommy Bahama win. That's right.
Also waiting until game 82 to break out his salmon. It's Superstar Dev.
You know, I text Vogt and I was like, hey, how can I rock it tonight? He said salmon.
Salmon's
and then
the
he
wave.
shows up with the same thing, and it's not right.
That's not cool, bro.
No,
cool.
it's definitely a choice. I'll say that. Definitely a choice. Well, we got a lot to get to on tonight's pregame show. Nuggets are playing the Lakers 30 minutes later than they normally would. We're all not very happy about that. But we'll get into game notes. Zeke Nnaji and Vlatko are back tonight. We'll talk about if they could factor into the playoff rotation at all. We'll also get into our wish list. What are we hoping to see tonight in a game that's going to feature a lot of backups? And then Superstar Dev will win us some money. But first, Vote, what did Michael Malone have to say in his pregame presser?
All right, well, we know who's resting. Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Will Barton, Monte Morris are all out tonight. Michael Malone told us before the game. But there are a couple names who are back. Zeke Nnaji and Vlatko Cancar will play tonight, or at least they're active. I think we can assume they'll play as well, though. Malone said he's really excited about that. You know, two guys that at different times this year actually have made the most of their opportunities, or at least played well, and then sort of suffered really ill-timed injuries and fallen back out, of the rotation. So a chance for each of them to get back out there and playing well. Malone's excited to see it. He was asked what he hopes to see in this game. Obviously, not particularly consequential for the Nuggets. Even really in terms of seeding, it mostly comes down to what other teams do tonight. He says he hopes Facu Campazzo plays well. You're talking about a man who has had a tremendous career, who has helped us win a playoff series as a starter last year. I hope Facu goes out there, leaves his heart on the floor, and has fun. And then he echoed similar sentiments for Marcus Howard. Those are really the two guys he talked about as guys who, really did not get a lot of opportunity this year, guys that have helped the Nuggets in the past, and two guys that he wants to see not just play well, but enjoy themselves in the final regular season game.
Malone also had something. I thought he had some nice things to say about Facu. Like, look, this is the guy who has achieved huge success in his basketball career abroad, and he's had to ride the bench. I mean, we know Facu. He's obviously not happy about that, but he's not going to pout or make it about himself. I'm glad he's going to get some run tonight. I'm glad.
Yeah, with them talking about Facu, do you think this is like one of the last times we see him, like with Denver? Because it's like
he's here, dude.
He brought it up out of there. He brought it up out of nowhere, like and I mean, this is his opportunity to finally get some minutes, after a disappointing season. And you look at his contract. I think he only has like the qualifying offer next year.
He is a free agent after this year. Yeah.
So like, do you think that was meaningful that he actually brought that up in this one?
I think it could be. I mean, the odds are this is the last time he's going to play real significant minutes. I just think Bones has ascended to such a point where he's going to have a longer leash than I think we even thought he would 2-3 months ago when he did overtake Facu in the playoffs. So it would have to get really bad, I think, to see Facu. So I think you're kind of right, Dev.
Yeah, this is definitely the last time we're going to see Facu, sadly. But the one thing that you have to take into consider for Facu is that even playing a single NBA game for him was a dream. So it's like this is a guy that is heavily decorated overseas, is regarded as one of the greatest players of all time. Like it worked in the NBA, it didn't work in the NBA, but like I've got nothing but respect for that guy.
Yeah.
He nobody. I've never seen another player play harder than Facu Campazzo, and I think that as he looks back after this time is done, I think that he'll be proud,
Yeah, I agree. Nothing but respect for him.
And it sounded reflective. Definitely sounded like what we're talking about here, a send-off from Malone. So he's going to play hard. Hopefully he plays well. And then there was one big note. Now, I know everyone is tired of hearing about Jamal Murray if it doesn't mean he's coming back, but this is an actual update in terms of information that's public. To my knowledge, Michael Malone says he told Jamal, if you want to play a few minutes in a low-stakes game versus LA, cool. If not, that's cool too. He said there's a mental hurdle that Murray still needs to overcome, which, it's very easily inferred from that quote. We can now sort of talk about, as opposed to talking around, that Murray physically could play a basketball game, but does it's where the team is at, and you've heard Malone say this for a while now. It's Murray's choice whether or not he comes back at this point in the season, but it's not like they're waiting to see him be cleared.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Dev?
I think it's finally he actually talked about it. I think this is something that has should have been said a while ago, but for him to finally come out and be open, I think that as a league they're making that transition where it is up to the players. You're not getting faulted for not playing in these type of situations. We've seen guys rush back too early or not be ready. And I think with Klay Thompson coming back this year, I think that opened the door for a lot of people. You look back at those Isaiah Thomas type situations where they rushed back and things did not go well. Yeah. So for Klay to actually take his time and then still say he probably should have gave had more time, I think that makes it a little bit easier for him because mentally, Jamal Murray's not there. Physically, he's ready to play, but it's all up to him. And if he's not feeling comfortable, why rush him back? It's not up to anybody else but him. So I think that it was great for him to finally be open about it.
Yeah. I know it sucks. You're just come on, bro. But I mean, what are you talking about? That's
I know.
Somebody else's body in there.
Yeah.
You can't force a human being to do something like that. But man, I would like if he played basketball. Man, would that be sweet? I would love to see it's so torturous to see images of him taking shots and dunking and doing all of these things that look like a pretty good approximation of NBA basketball. Every day we see something, and I don't know, man. This whole season has felt like just the lead up to them coming back, and now it's okay, that probably wasn't true. So now we just got to recontextualize what this season is, which is this season is just the season of Nikola Jokic, right? It's not just us being in purgatory. It's actually just the ultimate rise of what Nikola Jokic becoming an undeniable monster in this league. So I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely not expecting either of those two players to come back at any point this season, which sucks. It's I just kind of have to put that thought to bed, but whatever. I like bed.
Yeah,
I go to bed myself right now.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
To go back to what you led off with, Vogt, and the mental side of things, Jamal's been cleared physically for a while. We know this. He's played 3-on-3. He's looked good. Apparently, he looks like himself. We were at practice yesterday, and the guy's just running and dunking and jumping, and he looks very athletic. Dare I say, more athletic than he did pre-injury.
He looks really good.
He looks really good, but I'm with you, D-Line. I'm not going to fault him if he doesn't think he's mentally ready. That's the thing that doesn't allow you to put a firm timetable on injuries like this. Yeah, he was cleared physically after X amount of months, like he normally is. Mentally, just not there all the way, and just kind of what you got to live with and move on.
We just ran out of time.
Yeah.
We need to... I'm always saying the NBA season needs to be longer. This is why.
No.
We need another 10 to 12 games.
I also think the strongest argument right now, besides obviously just wanting to go for the title, of course, for Jamal coming back, is the emotional boost it would give his teammates, and maybe just for devil's advocate, I'm not saying this, owing that to Jokic and company, but then you think about the fact that all of those guys down the line have told Jamal, hey man, don't rush it. So it all makes sense. Of course, it's his call, and if he's not comfortable, he's not comfortable. Yeah. But it's just good to, I guess, sort of be able to talk about that as opposed to around it.
Yeah. I don't really know where Michael Porter Jr. is at in all of this, but I just don't think he's coming back. I think...
Michael Porter Jr. in this is the greatest enigma of all time. He goes to Grand
He
Rapids.
thinks about going to Grand
then
Rapids,
he disappears.
then
Then
he
he's back
doesn't.
here. Then he's shooting, and then he had a setback, but it was months ago. And then, Michael Porter Jr. At a certain point, I was like, oh, I mean, clearly he's going to come back. I mean, he's
Yeah.
out there shooting. It seems like he's way far behind Jamal now. Like I don't even know what to think anymore. I get.
It's
putting
just
it to
it's
bed.
very
It's just
apparent.
done.
I've said this before. When you watch them warm up pregame, Michael Porter Jr. is just shooting like by himself and with a ball boy, and then on the other side of the court, it's Jamal Murray and 4 assistant coaches going through this warm up, and it's very clear like who they're more concerned about ramping up. That's just my opinion. Anything else from Michael Malone?
No, that's it, man.
Okay. Can we bring up the standings? Because we should probably set the stage for kind of what's at stake tonight, Nuggets and Lakers, because this game is tipping at 7:30 Mountain Time. It's usually tipping at 7, but they moved all these games to start at 7:30, so nobody really knows how the other teams close to them in the standings are doing. So theoretically, you're not supposed to like be able to game your matchup, but like we all have the internet. I'm sure they have the internet on the Nuggets bench too. They'll know how everybody's doing. So
Yeah.
I think the most likely scenario tonight is the Warriors win. The Warriors are playing the Pelicans, who are resting a lot of people, and the Jazz also win. The Jazz are playing the Trailblazers, who are fielding one of the worst rosters in NBA history. If both those two teams win, it's not going to matter what Denver does. It's not going to matter what Dallas does. The Nuggets will play the Warriors in round 1. So that's how I see it. Does anybody have an objection to that? Is that how you guys see it going?
I don't think so. I think that you might as well just like get ready for Golden State. I just think that how it's played out, how other teams, and when you look at it, they're going to go all out. First off, I don't think that any team in intramurals, as CU's intramural teams, can lose to that Portland team. I just don't think that it's logical. Then also you look at what
You're speaking to an intramural champion.
Exactly.
Decorated.
Yeah, I still have the shirt. Actually,
This is the Facu Campazzo of intramurals.
I wish.
But then you look at what Golden State wants. They're gonna want to play Denver.
Yes.
I would guess they want to play Denver and also avoid Phoenix at the exact same time. They're going to go not all out, but they're going to try to win this game. So I think it just sets the tone. And then you look at what Denver has. They don't have anything to play for. If they win or lose, it doesn't really alter anything with other things happening. Same with Lakers. I think that they're going to try to win the game just because it doesn't change their odds. They're still going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA. So I just think that you might as well get ready for Golden State.
Yeah. The only thing the Nuggets could have to play for tonight is if they win and Utah loses, which they're probably not going to. The Jazz probably are not losing tonight. But if that happened, the Nuggets won and the Jazz lost, the Nuggets would win the division. Northwest Division champs,
Dude,
guys?
I actually want
that
that.
doesn't get anyone excited?
Actually gets me super hyped.
Oh,
I
there we
love
go.
that.
There we go.
Dude, if we can pull off the championship of the Northwest Division, where
Hang the banner.
Of the Northwest Division.
I mean, first off, you literally hang a banner.
Yes.
Second off, the fact that the Jazz weren't hampered all year long by missing 2 of their players,
I
and
know.
if we can still be a better team than they are, than every other team in this godforsaken division that we're trapped in, with only Nikola Jokic. I mean, dude. Come on, you don't want that? I want that so bad.
You know who does
Come
want
on,
it? Michael
LRB.
Malone. Michael Malone's, I think he
Just
cares.
stacking division
Yeah,
championships.
one of the few that cares.
Vote as we move on to topic number 2 here. Zeke and Vlatko are coming back tonight. Vlatko hasn't played since January when he broke his foot. Zeke hasn't played since March when he came back for 1 game, I think it was, due to this bilateral knee soreness, which soreness in both knees probably sucks. Are you expecting any of those two to be in the playoff rotation?
No, I think they're outside of the rotation. Could either of them play? Sure. I would think Zeke is next up ahead of Vlatko. Let's say there's just something not working with the Jermichael Green minutes. You're trying to rotate another shooter in, just maybe change up the look somehow. Then Zeke makes some sense. But both of these guys coming off of a lengthy absence, when really they were neck and neck. I guess maybe Zeke had a chance at taking that spot, but neck and neck with J-Mike to begin with. Hard to see either of them leapfrogging and working their way in this late in the game.
What do you think, Dev? Zeke, Vlatko, think we'll see any of them in playoff minutes?
I think there'll be like a little small moments where maybe we'll see Zeke, but I really don't expect them to play in the playoffs. I feel like Denver has their rotation. Davon Reed's not in it. He wasn't in it in the first place. That's really the only minutes that you could possibly steal. But I think that they're just ready with the team that they have, and they're going to go into that with just a shorter rotation. So I don't see many minutes unless there's like foul trouble or maybe Cousins picks up a technical foul or something like that that gets him out of the game. It's the only the way I see it.
Mm-hmm. D-line?
Yeah, I mean, you got to work players back in. And it always takes 2 weeks if somebody's out, minimum 2 weeks. If you're talking about like Paul George, who we keep referencing coming back and like looking amazing right off the bat, like that's the rarest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like Zeke Nnaji coming back is going to be so rough.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, he's going to need time. So I think it would be foolish to try and bring either. Like that would be a weird situation. I don't think that would help at all.
Yeah. I don't think either of them will be in the playoff rotation either. But if we flash back to March or if even a month before that when Zeke was playing really well and knocking down everything and playing good defense, he was really coming into his own, it felt like. He was on his way to having a very productive sophomore season. At that point, I thought he was definitely in the playoff rotation.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like you guys said, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
And JaMychal Green has, he hasn't been anything to write home about, but he's been capable.
Right.
JaMychal Green has been good enough to where I think Michael Malone will look at this and be like, it's great that these guys might be healthy again, but they're definitely going to be on the outside looking in. And it's okay. So it sucks for Zeke because I think he was tracking that way, but the injury just came at the worst time.
This is the theme of the goddamn season. Some player was just hitting his stride.
Yeah.
Finally getting some minutes in the rotation, starting to make sense. Marcus Howard goes out with a seemingly devastating injury, but it wasn't even that. Then he comes back, but the momentum is gone. Vlatko Cancar, same thing. Zeke Nnaji, same thing. Yeah. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., those were last season. All the same, that is what we are left with this. This season is just oh my God, we had everything. It just was taken from us in small little pieces, like death by paper cuts.
Man.
But that being said, fuck, man, Nikola Jokic, if we could go out and do something,
that being
having
said,
all of those things taken from us, this could be the greatest story ever told.
It could always be the greatest story ever told.
I'm saying, it's definitely not on the table, but I mean, truthfully, the Nuggets literally need another one. The season to be 1 month longer to get back to where they should have been.
I could see Zeke though. If Malone's trying to get something going in a game that's slipping away, I could see him pointing to Zeke in a third quarter or something.
So let's move on to topic number 3, the wish list, because Zeke and Vlatko in the lineup tonight. They're on a minute restriction, though, so I don't know how many minutes they'll play, maybe 15 to 20 if I had to throw it, I guess. But this game is going to be heavily dominated by the bench tonight.
Yep.
I'll go to you first on this, Dev. What's one thing on your wish list for tonight? What's one thing you're really hoping to see in this game?
I hope my wish list is for Facu to have a big night. I really do.
Love it.
I love it because you also took Vogt's point.
Sorry.
He did.
I was going to take yours if I didn't go.
You don't know what it is. You don't even know what I barely know what it is.
Everybody knows what you're going to say. But yeah, really, I do. I think that this is the last time we'll see him play. So for him to go out at home and get some real minutes and also just feel like there's something about this season and just end it on a positive note. I think that's something I really want to see. Same Facu that we've seen at the highs. I really think that this game sets the tone for that.
Yeah.
D-line.
Man, I want to see Marcus Howard go nuclear.
Okay.
I love that. There's nothing makes me happy than when Marcus steps up and he just starts shooting him with the most irrational confidence possible.
Well, he will shoot it tonight the second he touches it.
Dude, and when he's really on, his shots are so loud, the way they go through the rim. I don't know. You know how different guys just have different,
sure.
The ball just sounds different?
Sure.
His go
not of the softest shot in the world.
Well, no, Yoke's just
yeah.
It's silky as it goes through. But Howard has it pop,
I would love to get audio of every Nugget making a jump shot, and then you have to guess which player it was who shot it.
It's good off-season.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! And then we'll make Adam do that versus his stupid bird calls. He'd be like, "Is that a brick?" That sounds like Will Barton.
So we got 1 vote for Faku, 1 vote for Marcus Howard
let's
game. Vote.
Yeah,
I think I know where you're going.
I'll take Bones being the best player on the floor.
that's the one.
Bones. You're right. That was my point. God damn
Exactly.
it.
That's the one.
And Faku.
Yeah. Look, it's fan appreciation night. Nobody appreciates the fans more than Mile High City Baby himself.
That's right.
So I think it could be a Bones night for sure. Austin Rivers is probably going to get a lot of run tonight. Bryn Forbes? There was something weird I thought that went on last game where the Nuggets emptied the bench after Jokic got the 2,000th point of his season, and Bryn Forbes didn't play. Like, maybe he's above the bench warmer group. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I just felt like it was a little weird how he didn't even get on the court the other night. But he should play tonight. DeMarcus Cousins is playing tonight. We'll see what he's got in store. I actually kind of hope DeMarcus Cousins just does nothing.
Just gets his 2 technicals and goes home.
I'd be cool with him just not playing.
Just immediately.
No, I think he's going to play hard in this game also. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, he was with the Lakers for like a moment, right?
Oh, yeah. Like a hot second.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wait.
Because it was the bubble season, I feel like, and they cut him.
Was he?
Yeah, and he was part of the team that could have got the ring the year that they wanted in the bubble.
I don't even remember.
He
man.
started that
either.
season there.
I blacked out for that whole.
But yeah,
With
4
every
months span.
California team.
Yeah.
Well, he was definitely on the Clippers, the Kings, and the Warriors. If he was on the
He
Lakers,
was on
then
the
yeah,
Lakers.
that
I'm
would be
telling you,
the.
for sure was. But also,
the four.
giving them the ability to just get the ball and be able to try to score, and that's really the focus. I really do think he's going to try super hard for that.
Yeah. Nothing could bring down the vibes more than a DeMarcus Cousins
Dude,
ejection.
can we just talk about quickly the ballad of Bryn Forbes on
Sure.
the Denver Nuggets? Like, what
Tell me
happened?
about it.
What happened? Bryn Forbes came in as the guy that was going to. They traded for him.
Mm-hmm.
He helped revive a bench that was broken and dead, and then he just lost the trust of Michael Malone.
Well, I got
Little
news for
by
you,
little by
D-Line.
little.
He's starting
I
tonight.
I saw that. Is this the swan song of the ballad of Bryn Forbes?
Maybe it is,
Oh,
man. Maybe it is. Bryn is starting with Bones Highland, Austin Rivers, Jeff Green, and DeMarcus Cousins.
If Malone benches him after 7 minutes again.
I heard we have one super chat. Let's get to that before we get to bets.
That is the superest of chats.
KB82. I want us to get revenge against Golden State for beating us when we were a 3 seed and they were a 6 seed some years back. That year was 2013.
I have a memory of that.
We all
actually.
remember it well. Well, some of us do that were here. That's the one thing I'm not looking forward to against a matchup with the Warriors, having to think back to that series.
I'm looking forward to being able to go to Ball Arena and find fat guys wearing Curry jerseys and then make jokes that they're fans of Indian food.
Come again?
I did that 100,000 times last time we had a playoff against the Golden State Warriors.
That did not work out very well. For us.
I can't even explain to you. This was like one of the moments of my life where I was like, guys, people I know in my life, would you please pay attention to the Denver Nuggets? They're good. They're interesting. They're making noise this year. They're the 3 seed. If we just lost Gallo, but that's all right. This team's got the heart. And then just get we watched the rise of Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
He just buries us in a way that was like so demoralizing. I was like, hey, never mind about the Nuggets, guys. Friends of my life, just check in later. I'll tell you when to pay attention. I'm sorry for wasting your time.
It was a rough series. I do not want to think about it at all. So with that, let's fire up that DraftKings Sportsbook app. Let's try to win some money tonight. I don't even know what to expect from these lines. Superstar Dev, how are they looking?
Yeah, this is a weird spot to be in, really, because going into the game, Denver was favored by 9, and it was like a for sure win. If they have Jokic and stuff. Lakers have nothing to play for this season at all. But even winning or losing does nothing.
Not
for
the
them.
pride of the purple.
They've
and
lost
gold.
every game. It seems like. So it's like, what's new? It's now down to 6 because the news came out of everybody sitting. It's just a lot. What I do look at is the over-under is 230. So they do think there's going to be a like up and down pace. For whatever reason, the idea is that the guys are just going to like throw the game. That is not. You cannot convince a guy to like throw the game. In the
You think
NBA.
you can convince Bones Highland to throw a game on Fan Appreciation Night?
You just
No.
can't do it. You could put in weird lineups that like make it like difficult, like maybe trying to put Austin Rivers at like the forward spot or something like that.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. Like it's going to be. I really do think it will be a high scoring game. I wouldn't touch the over under, but I do think it'll be a high scoring game. As far as like the player props, they really only have the Lakers guys up because they have no idea what's
Cowards.
happening. Like they don't know what it is.
You
Do you guys
about
have any
Bones?
lines? I don't have any lines.
I'm in same game parlay here. I've got some. We could build a same game parlay with Austin Rivers and Bryn Forbes. Those are the only two guys I see for the Nuggets.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
What is Austin Rivers at? Since we're
He's
stuck
like,
with
I'm
that.
not.
So I'll just say what I see here. Like I think that THT at 19 points is easy. I really do think he's going to score. He just had a game that he had like 40. I don't have many
Can we
odds.
cut this
I don't
goddamn
have many.
segment?
Like
Who cares?
what opportunities do I have? But I do think that he scores
What
in this game.
opportunities? You're such a shark, Dev.
You know what I'm
What
saying?
opportunity?
What positions can I play
Oh
tonight?
my god, dude.
Just saying. What is the lines for the same game parlay? Because they're not on mine.
So we could do. Let's see. Austin Rivers points. What are we thinking?
What is it at?
This is terrible.
7+.
Does anyone have that
Yes.
that number that you're supposed to call if you have an issue?
1-800-522-4700.
We're like, I really like Austin Rivers in this game.
Yeah.
I do think that Austin Rivers gets his point. So let's just lock that in. That is going to be the lock
Hell yeah.
of the
Lock
game.
if you don't want to.
Austin Rivers.
Austin Rivers only over 7 points. Okay.
Oh no.
What is the other option that we have? Marcus Howard
no.
to score what? 5?
What are your thoughts on Bryn Forbes steals tonight?
Austin Rivers 3-pointer made. We could get in on that.
Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Should we parlay this with Russian table tennis for Stefansky
I mean,
Zagarski
Dev,
to
just
win?
how do you think this
0.6?
game goes if we can't get legit player props in here? Like, do you think this is a close game? Do you think the Lakers could win this? How do you see it going?
I do think that the Lakers can win this, and I think that they're going to try to win this game. I do think that like this is a good game for Denver players to just get loose and just try to score. I don't think there's going to be much defense at all in the game. Lakers have a team full of guys who are going to be free agents. That just kind of is what happens.
And a
when
coach
you-
that's going to be a free
Yeah,
agent.
so what are they really playing for at this point? So they're just going to be able to just go out there and just play and just go wild. So Malik Monks and THTs of the world, they really do. They live for these type of games where it's just street ball. You get to just play. The Hoopers versus Ballers. Bones Highland's going to have a monster game.
Yeah, this is the game for Hoopers. Like,
it-
let's be
it's the-
totally honest.
This is a
here.
Hooper's paradise.
Yeah, this really is a Hooper's paradise. Frank Vogel, this is his last game coaching the Lakers
Oh, I
before
feel so-
Doc Rivers comes in.
I feel so bad for that guy. That sucks. I
Dude,
can't
if
believe
they
he
hired Doc
got in
Rivers,
with
oh
a
my God.
roster. That
Do
was
we
just
have one
run
more
by
super
LeBron
chat
James.
before we head out of here, Kale? Our buddy KB82. Ty Lawson and Curry were going shot for shot in
Stuck
that
in
series, and I'm not
2013.
talking about the
Rocky.
Rocky.
Yeah, hell yeah.
KB82, we do not want to bring up bad
decade
memories
ago,
from
bro.
this series.
Yeah, why are we talking about old stuff, KB82? Dude, let's talk about new stuff like Bryn Forbes steals tonight.
Hope
Taylor
you guys
Horton
enjoy
Tucker
the game.
points.
We're up against it. Nuggets Lakers tipping off right now. So go tune into that, then come back hopefully for a winner's
Let's
lounge.
freaking go!
We'll be here to talk to you then.